What do you reckon? I love that.
It reminds me of, like, you know, when you watch like DIY SOS or something. There's that montage bits where all the builders go in and do the plastering. It's like that music comes on for that bit.
Right.
Montage on DIY SOS.
Mind you of someone doing the plastering.
Yeah, you know, when they go in, it's like, and now the team come in and they do little bits and stuff. It's always like to that music.
You've got to find something to do through the day. You really have. You've got to put that pencil downside, go for a walk or something. Very brilliant. Plasterers. Anyway, welcome to Plasterers DIY. We like this bloke tonight, don't we? We like him. We're big fans, aren't we?
Yeah. He's one of the cool guys.
Let's not get carried away. He's all right. One of the cool guys. None of us are cool, Si. None of us. Think about it. You are.
Yeah.
The cool guys. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with me and the lovely Si, we have our Brian. Here he is, internet all fixed up, ready to go.
Jeez, lads, that music's a bit ominous, isn't it?
You know what I mean? You have to give you an epic intro, Bri. You know, Si's saying you're cool, you see, so you need a cool intro to bring you in. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. I'm not cool, though. You're the cool ones here. Come on.
Well, one of us is.
Well, yes.
The one running around in Dolly Parton t-shirts. He's like, you know, when you watch them videos, Brian, American, like when you see like the shoppers in Walmart, they always seem to dress like that, don't they? Dolly Parton t-shirts and stuff.
It's funny as well because they have these things in Walmart. They have these big these turnaround shelves, whatever, and they have all the new t-shirts in there. And you'll see Marvel, you'll see Deadpool, you'll see this, you'll see Dolly Parton. I've got to get that.
See, Shabby, you'll become ingrained in the culture now. You're there so long.
Oh man, I'm a big fan. Do you know what I mean? It's funny that as well because where we live is you put on the radio stations, and I would say 8 out of 10 are all country and western.
Yeah, he is, Brian. Come 6 o'clock after his tea, sticks that straw in his mouth, and he sits on his bench with his banjo, playing gently breathing. Lives the country life, don't you, kid?
I love sitting on my deck strumming. I mean, our band is here.
Been strumming and you're playing.
All my neighbours like, look at him strumming again. Our Baz is here. Hiya, Baz. Mr. B is here. Hello, Shabby Si and Brian. Good old Mr. B. Good old Keith Knight.
Keith.
Fine body of man. Yeah, he's got a point. We have. Yeah. Kieran's here. Hiya, Kieran.
Hello.
Jonathan Redmond is here. Mr. Redmond. Mr. DTM has joined us. Evening all. Looking forward to this. It's going to be great going through Bry's tub, see what he's got. Ricardo. Right. We were saying last week, Bry, would you like to be called Ricardo for a day? Because you've got to think about this, Brian. It's not just like,
I could pull off a Ricardo, not literally, no, like.
Can you imagine? I mean, Si was saying it doesn't really sound sexy where we're from because it's like, what's your name? Ricardo. That's
Ricardo.
Work. But Ricardo for a day, yeah. Hello to everyone in the chat. I hope everyone is doing. We are, mate. We're doing really good. Good old Ops is here. Hi, Ops. Good old Clur is here. Mr. Fuller. Yeah. I once knew a fella from Limerick on a Saturday. He would go around with what? Can you read that?
Lipstick. Yeah. He'd wink at all the boys, then show off his toys, and on Monday he'd call Tubbs a dipstick. I wonder who he's talking about there.
One of those Limericks.
And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure it steals your heart away.
On your way. Da, da, da. See, not stereotypical at all on this show, Brian. Not stereotypical. Oh, hello, Claire. How are you? Says our DTM. Oppie saying hello to everybody. Mr. Redmond is saying hello to everybody. Oh, now, how smooth is this guy? he makes a point. You know, when you were talking about the plastering at the start, I wonder if Des does it, listening to that music side. Do you know what I mean? Doing his building work.
Like best of Kenny G on.
Kenny G on. I wonder if
saxophone all the way through.
Wonder if Des is a Kenny G fan or Des. Does he strike you as a Kenny G fan?
Well, no, considering that you put that music behind him, he's never come across as a big George Michael fan or loves Careless Whisper, has he? So in your dreams, Mark, he probably loves saxophone music. Yeah, let's just say he does.
I don't know, sat in the thistle do side with a few beers, careless whisper. I could just lean in while he's dancing. I can imagine it. So I can imagine it. Hey, Cat, nice to see you, pal. Wow, everybody's turned up. Wow, over 30 already. You absolute coming to see the lovely Bri. Coming to see him. Look at this. Oh, Martin, hello, Shabby Si, Brian, Des, everybody else. Awesome. He's having a great time in America, isn't he? All the stuff. Have you seen all the food he's eating? He's going to come back to England about 40 stone. I mean, have you seen it all, Si?
Yeah. I'd like to go on that Tron ride he's been on. That's one thing I'd love to do, go on that Tron ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that video he made when it looked like him and Steph were flying on it. Do you know what I mean? That looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cox is here. Hi, our Kev. The lovely Miriam is here. I am Miriam.
Miriam.
Let's see who else.
DIY.
My eyes. DIY, SOS, Do My Soul, Shabby Who in the DIY crew. I was thinking exactly the same thing, Jason. I was thinking. Oh, brilliant. Oh. Brian, can't do a live stream without playing this, can we?
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright.
Go on.
Orlando.
Rolando. Good old
Rolando.
Brian. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Here he is. The lovely Rolando's here. Oh, country and western are the best two musical types when you think about they are. They are.
Well, for me, it's drum and bass. So, you know, drum and bass.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite as a kid, Brian? We've got a 17-year-old Brian in his house, in his room. What are you listening to, Brian?
Well, rap, 100%.
yeah.
I was one of those that bleached my hair thinking I was Eminem and everything.
Really? Oh, brilliant, Brian. Brilliant.
I hoodie about 3 times a week for me.
Does Shabby balance his banjo on his knee? You have to balance a banjo on your knee, don't you?
I've sent Stu a nice present this way. I watched Stu's video today of owning their multiverse figures, and that was a nice present, Kieran. That was really nice because 2 of them figures are quite rare now. They're quite hard to pick up.
I swear, all the creases just fell out of my t-shirt. Evening, folks. Dario, nice to see you. How are things up north? Up north, Des? Is he up north, Des? Side, for tonight's magic trick, can you make Shabby's Christmas tree disappear? Seems like it's still bloody November. Brian, I don't understand.
There's only one person that beats him, and that's Andy Lemire. Because Andy Lemire only takes his decorations off and doesn't take his tree down. So, like, his tree will be in his front room all year round, and then he just puts the decorations back on. So, actually, Andy's like the real champion of Christmas all year round, isn't he?
Oh,
it works.
Brian, have you got your Christmas decorations up?
Up in the loft, where they belong for another couple of weeks.
Which one do you get them out?
Another 12 days, I don't do Christmas till at least the first week in December.
First week in December, I suppose,
Yeah.
December for you too, Brian.
Yeah.
I don't get it. The only music we play at work is the Benny Hill theme song. It's really cold here at the moment. Dropped to 7. I know. I was. It's 74 to 77 here in North Carolina. It's hot in it. It's cold days. Cold.
74. What was that man the other day? I screenshotted it and put it in the group. It was 1.
Yeah, it's 1 year.
Yeah.
1.
Our Luke, hiya pal, nice to see you. I loved your video on Sunday. video. That great video.
Oh, yeah.
Evening hour, Luke. Great idea. So, Brian, I've got some. You're lucky, Brian, that you've come on tonight. You're lucky, my friend, because we've had 30 people on before you, but no one on this show has seen anything disappear except for tonight. Apparently, tonight our Si is going to make something disappear. It's like one of those things, Brian, where you were. You know what I mean? You were there at the time. I can't believe how lucky are you, Brian. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those things.
November
I was there.
2024.
Yeah, I can imagine the Culture Cast in a couple of years from now, Sam, when they're talking about it, and Brian can go, I was there, Tubbs. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. So this better be good, Si. You've told everybody all week about this disappearing.
Mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. Make Tubbs disappear.
I used to play in a country and western band. I was the one who put the tree in country or something. Coxie says, I'm going to go out on a limb and say his size question of the week will be afterlife or extraterrestrial related. Oh, well.
This question of the week is correct. It is afterlife connected this week.
Shocker, eh, Coxie? Thanks for that, Si. I think Stu liked the figures, but what a bugger to have put that BA.
To be fair, I think Brian knows as well. That Bane from that that Builder Figure 4-pack set was one of the hardest. Everybody had a problem sticking that Bane together. The arms wouldn't go on, the legs wouldn't sit right. Nearly everybody I know had to get that hairdryer out, that to get it built up and stuff. It wasn't just Stu. That seems to be a regular thing with that Bane. It just doesn't seem to fit together nice. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't.
Was it a Builder Figure, did you just say?
Yeah, it's a Builder Figure from that 4 set, and people that's the most complained about Builder Figure. It's a great figure, but to stick it together is a nightmare.
Look at this. Breaking news. Tonight, Si will make viewers disappear.
I don't think so. They'll be back for more magic next week.
And what is it? And subs and all that was watching will disappear. Cheers. Charming. You don't say, you give him entertainment. Do you know what I mean? David Blaine never got this guy. David Blaine never got this. Do you know what I mean?
No.
You get a phone call. It's afternoon, Si, from Copperfield. I know how you feel, Si. I
know. Meet David pub after.
Dave, here, Si, have a pipe. They're just ungrateful. Palps is here. Hi, Palps. Si, do you mean the Afterlife or the Ricky Gervais show? Which one do you mean, Si?
I mean Afterlife. Bringing two worlds closer together, Afterlife. Bringing
two worlds closer. Well, let's not put anyone else in suspense. Here, our Bri chat, the size question of the week. Right, well, so we've come to that part of the evening.
This week,
yeah.
I've been thinking about reincarnation, and I've thought to myself, there's only a couple of, if we get reincarnated, there's only 2 ways it can be done. We can either come back as a human, or we don't have any choice at all. Because think about it, nobody wants to come back as a slug, do they? So, but then that means if there isn't a choice, that means there isn't reincarnation, because if you was a human, there's not one animal you'd come back as, is there? Not one. You wouldn't come back as any over a human being, would you? Think of that.
Huh.
Brian, he's glad you came on. Next time, Brian, invite me on Culture Cast. We'll just forget about him. Do you know what I mean? Right. So, what's the actual question then?
That's my question. Right. When you die, if his reincarnation must either be a choice by somebody else, like God, well, I think you can go back as a butterfly. You can be because you wouldn't choose being a slug, would you? You wouldn't be like, all right, yeah, I'll go back to Earth. I'll be a sloth. You know what I mean? I'll be a tortoise. You wouldn't, would you? So that means then the choice of reincarnation to animals, in my opinion, must be God's choice.
Yeah.
And if you were reincarnated, you'd obviously come back as a human, wouldn't you? Obviously.
Question of the week, sponsored by paracetamol. Right, go on, Brian. Go on, Brian.
Oh, are you getting it? Are you getting a choice in it at all?
No, so it's up to you. So, like, if you was like, you just died, right, Brian, and God says to you, you can go back to Earth, you can get reincarnated. What do you want to be?
I suppose it doesn't really matter because you don't remember anyway your previous
That's
life.
true.
No, but you remember at that time because God's telling you. So you wouldn't go, I'll go back. I'll be a caterpillar. You just wouldn't, would you? You'd like,
but it's like what Brian said. If you came back as an animal, but you can't forget what you were before, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you can't remember it's not as if you sat there eating leaves going, oh, I remember that time I was in
But again, that wouldn't be then your choice, would it? It would be the choice of the gods to say he can go back, but he's a crocodile. It wouldn't be your choice, because your choice would be, I'll go back, but I've got to be a human and I've got to have Elon Musk money. That's what you'd say, wouldn't you?
I've got to have Elon Musk money.
I would.
Has he lost you yet, Brian? He's lost you.
Maybe a little there with the Elon Musk thing, right? Anyway.
Pod Racing Palpatine says, why are people always famous in their past lives? That's true. You know what I mean? I was thinking
but thinking of it this way, why would you not choose to go back as like a shark or something? Because you could be king of the ocean and you don't have to do anything or work or just kill and eat.
There you go. There's Brian's answer, king of the ocean.
You see, my answer to that is there's no animal better than the human, is there? Like, to live a life, like, really, in the sense, is there? Like, you could be a crocodile and live like hundreds of years, but you just don't do anything, do you?
You can't really compare, though, because you've never lived as an animal to know.
No, there's that, isn't there?
If you had to, though, if you had no choice, what animal would you come back as?
I had no choice.
Had no choice. So if you had a choice about, so in other words, you said, well, you can't come back as a human, Bri, but what you can come back is any animal you want. Who would you be?
Paris Hilton's dog.
I don't know. It's like extinction or food, it wasn't an issue. I'd come back as like a lion or something like that.
A lion would be cool. You see, I would come back as a dog or a cat because then you're looked after. You don't have to do anything.
That's why I said Paris Hilton's dog. Because you'd be like loaded, you'd be well pampered, you'd always wear like diamonds and stuff. You'd live in Beverly Hills. You'd have a great life as a dog, wouldn't you?
I wonder if Claire sat there having a dinner through the week inside goes, oh, Claire. What do you think of this question of the week? I bet Claire.
She's over in Ireland at the moment. She won't be coming back after tonight, will she? She'll be like, I think I'll stay here.
Here we go. Keith Knight says, I'd probably come back as a spider, and every time I passed the mirror, I'd scare the shit out of myself. Good point. Was there a question in there? See, this is what I ask every time because he says it, but then he goes on this.
No, but that's my question. My question would be, if you were reincarnated, you would come back as a human and not an animal, wouldn't you? Or would you? That's my question. I suppose it'd be nice to have a second life on the planet, like as something else.
Yeah.
But even then, I'd be like, no, why can't I be like one of the Anukai or something, like the upper echelon of humans, like an angel or something?
Someone else said this, so this must be true because Mr. B says a weird factor. Every time someone is pregnant in my family or circle, someone passes away. But someone said that last week as well, so that must be I've never heard this sort of statement before.
Yeah,
so it must be true. That must be. So, Coxie, what was the question? Horse, I pal. 40 people in the chat. Cheers, everyone. We appreciate that. Reincarnation is a human concept, says our Kieran. So humans can only come back as human. What do you think of that?
But do we get a choice to come back, or is there no choice? And here's a question for you: if you were famous in a previous life, what were you famous for?
Playing for Everton. What are you laughing at, Bri? What are you laughing at?
I said
what are you laughing at?
I didn't say deprived.
How was that deprived? No, because you'd want to come back doing what you would love to have done, wouldn't you? Think about it.
So if you was to come back as a footballer, you'd want to play for Everton.
Well, yeah, of course I would. Why would
Real Madrid, Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter Milan,
I'm just saying,
Everton.
you know, there's two things I'd do. I'd either come back as Elvis, which would be awesome. If you think about it, Elvis will be awesome. Do you know what I mean?
But there's a million Elvis impersonators
He's
already.
He's come back as Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd come back. Well, I'm thinking of longevity. I'm thinking of people that have had a successful career, like an Everton player or like Dolly Parton.
Right.
You know what I mean? What would you come back as then? If you had a human, what would your role be?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only one role to have, isn't there?
Go on.
The Batman. It should be Batman, wouldn't it?
No,
that'd be it. Batman. That's perfect for me. I'd either do Batman or I'd be a vampire. I'd be one of them two.
Yeah, Batman's a good one as well.
Yeah. Nocturnal animal. Should have been a badger then. So that would have been your thing, wouldn't it? Badger.
Badger.
You just let some fucker bite you and you're fucking immortal. So.
The way I say vampire and I say Batman, and Mark goes, "Yeah, more like a badger."
Well, I'm answering your question, you see, because you said animal. So I thought, well, if he's Batman and a vampire, obviously he likes the night time. Badgers come out at night, don't they?
I said if he was like, well, so what would you be, Brian? If he was famous in a previous life, Mark was obviously played for Everton.
Yeah.
I was Batman. What would you be?
Top of the bollocks movie actor.
Would you? In all those woke movies, Brian.
Hey, the checks aren't woke.
The checks out. Yeah, that's a point. I'd come back as my dog. He's got a charmed life, believe me. I know that feeling. I do know that feeling. Let's have a look. Long time ago, saying hello to J-Force. J-Force saying hello to everybody. I'm here too, says Rolando.
Hey, J-Force.
Lucky Palps. No one is every ye oldie shit picker upper. I would come back as a house cat. They've got it made. Yeah, they have. That's true.
Yeah.
Hello all. First time watching. Looking forward to this. Loving this series. Seeing what people have been hiding in their tubs. Well, let me tell you something, young man. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Welcome to Tub Thumpers, buddy. Thanks for coming, and we really appreciate it, me, Si, and Brian. Yeah. We appreciate that a lot. Thank you, pal. A giant tortoise can live around 250 years. Don't knock it, Si. But would you want to live as a tortoise for 200? You'd be bored, wouldn't you?
It depends, right? Because does a tortoise live 250 years like 50 years are young, and then the other 200 you're just an old man? Because then that would be shit. Can you imagine, like, if you had to live 250 years as a human, but you were still old after 50? How shit would that be, wouldn't it? It'd be
like Baby Grogu. He's got the rough end of the stick, had he really? You know what I mean? He's 50, he's still in a pram. You'd be embarrassed, wouldn't you? Because think about when you're 50, you're eyeing up some bird and she thinks you're about 3 months old. Poor Baby Grogu's probably like, oh, this is crap, this. I'm in a pram.
Yeah, if you're going to live to like an old age, like 250, you still want to be like 30 at the age of like 110, wouldn't you? You wouldn't like.
Balance it out a bit, like.
You would. It'd just be crap. There'd be no.
Can you imagine somebody lifts you up, putting you in your pram, and you're 50? You'd be like, I don't want to go for a pint. I just want to be in a pram. You know. Good evening, Ian. Says our Des. Let's have a look. Yes, it's the choice of a new generation. Says our Luke. What does it? Oh God, my glasses, my eyes are getting worse. Who's to say we're not reincarnated? Brian, what do you think of that question?
Might not be. You often get deja vu and little glitches here and there, like, so it could be echoes of a past life or something like that. Or else you've just not got too much sleep or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Doesn't the form you come back as via reincarnation depend on how good a life you've led? Good life as a human, bad bastard, and it's a slug for you, matey boy. I said, oh yeah, that's a good point. So it depends how you've lived your life. So why a slug though? Is a slug like the worst thing ever?
Yeah, you never know. Like, can you imagine? You get there, well, Mr. Richardson, you've messed up a bit, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh my word! Look who's here! Oh, brilliant!
I am blessed of the famous international playboy.
Worst thing would be for him though, because he's a good-looking lad, isn't he? So you can imagine you come back as a fat old bloke or something like that. You'd be gutted. You know what I mean?
You can't have the same thing twice, can you?
That's what I mean, though. So, say for example, you're Brad Pitt and you're dead exciting, you're dead sexy, and you're really good looking and so forth, and you come back as Bella Emberg. You know what I mean? It's like you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Superstar, they're one of the roly polies. You'd be like, oh, that doesn't really work, does it? Hello, Adam. Nice to see you. Let's have a look. Top of the food chain. Oh, yeah. Top of the food chain. You might be reincarnated to any being with a consciousness. Anything. It may be science related and not to do with a god. We could also even come back as a being on another planet. Oh, God. Why'd you have to say that, Kev? Now he's going to be at it for hours.
Look, that opens the
Seldom Bry. We're going to be here for hours. Look at him. Can hear his mind ticking over.
I'm not getting on with my dimension theory of dimensions of the earth. Yeah.
If you could reincarnate, and then would you reincarnate again after that? Because if you can, Palps has got a good one. The Mayfly, you get 24 hours to eat, shag, and then die. Then you come back as something else. Yeah. So that sounds pretty good. I'd come back as a horse to keep some things the same as now.
But do you think maybe because they don't give us that memory of reincarnation, that we get reincarnated all the time? Like we never die in a sense. We're constantly reincarnated. But because we don't have that memory of a previous life, and we go, no, maybe that's constant. You don't know, do you?
Glad you came on, Bri.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Talk about this shit all night. Like.
No.
I'd come back as a tapeworm. It's quite like to stay dead, and the most annoying, loud, horrible effing ghost. Cat reckons no one would even notice that was a ghost. Can we also say happy birthday to Cat? It was her birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Cat.
Happy birthday, Cat. Let's have a look. Famous, not infamous. Ooh, I don't know. Infamous sounds pretty cool. Or imagine if you're like Al Capone or something like that, or The Godfather. That'd be pretty good. Do you not think?
Torturing people, yeah. You come back to torture people, yeah. Good idea.
Well, not to torture. I don't mean it to torture people, Si and Bri. I mean, that, you know,
like the penguin.
Like the penguin, like a cool kind of, you know what I mean? Badass, if you will. You know what I mean?
But you
like an Everton player.
Cold blood, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but remember, Brad, if you're one of those big gangster guys, you don't have to do all that stuff. You get people to do it for you.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that'd be pretty cool.
Tommy, go get the papers, Tommy. Go get the papers, Tommy. You'd be like that, wouldn't you?
Go get your shine box.
It'd just be cool, though. Can you imagine? It'd be awesome. Sat there going, hello. Welcome to Tub Thumpers. This is Bri, the capo. This is Si, the consigliere.
What's it?
Oh, well, we're down to 20. No, we're not. How do you explain population growth? 1 billion souls can't come back as 2 billion souls. Where are all the new souls coming from?
Interesting. I wonder at what point of the human race has been the most populated. Would you say it's now?
Probably.
I don't know, because think about, we've got PlayStation 5s now, so people have got other things to do. Whereas like back in the day, they didn't have PlayStation 5s and no eating them. So there was a lot more like good stuff going on, wasn't there? And people had loads of families and stuff. And so I wonder if it's more populated today or it was back in the day.
I don't know. Probably more populated back in the day.
I don't know.
Maybe Shabby was Elvis. Maybe he's right. Maybe you're right there, Kieran. Maybe you've got a good point there.
Same haircut.
Thank you very much, Kieran. Biker Scout says a cat would be good if you would get fed, sleep all day, and go out at night and hunt and get laid. Got a good point, Annie. Really, that's what I'd say. I'd come back if I had to come back as an animal. It would be a dog or a cat. You've got it made.
Yeah, but you could live like that if you had like Adam Berry's life. If you were single and stuff, you could live like a cat, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, but if you're Adam Berry and you're that attractive and so, and you have to come back as an ugly person, what's the point? I'd rather be an animal. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I've answered your question about 5 times now. I think I'm on the ball with this one this week, Si. What do you reckon?
I think so.
Okay.
I've always thought if it happens, you have no choice what you come back as, and you have no previous memory. We could be on our 1000th life now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we constantly get that reincarnation where, because we don't know, we don't know.
Badger man.
Well, say like if you did something mint throughout your life, right?
I
And
know.
every day in your life is just double good, and it was brilliant, and you just loved every day, and every day was like a great memory. Then do you not think that's unfair to die and then not give you them memories for your next life?
Or it could be like that we're in a simulation. You get reloaded every time without memory. I don't know.
Oh, it could be like one of those movies where you don't remember, and all of a sudden something sparks you, like a smell or something, and you go, "Oh, hang on a minute, what do they call that? Like deja vu, in it?" But it could be a past life. Is that what you're trying to say?
Something like that.
Oh, good point.
I think deja vu is real though. How many times have you been somewhere that you've never been before, but swear to God that you have? Everything's like dead familiar to you. It's weird, that, isn't it?
It's fucking weird. Definitely. Maybe it's a dream or something you're reliving or something. I don't know.
It's weird though, isn't it, Brian? That, you know, nearly everyone's done it. That you've been somewhere at one point in your life and gone, "I've been here. I know this place," and you've never been, but you know it.
Yeah, I seen something yesterday on TV and that I'd never seen before. Yet I was looking at it, I was like, I've seen this before. But I looked it up in Google, and I've never heard of it before. I get that stuff as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you simmed in the current life, you would come back as an Everton player. Yeah, also would. And I'd be like like there'd be a statue of me outside the new ground. I'd be that good, and there'd be a statue of me whilst I'm playing. I'd be one of those players. You know what I mean? They can't wait till I finished. No one's better than Shabby.
Sean Dyche must be Hitler's or something in the previous life.
Oh, Sean Dyche would just be like, I don't know what I did to deserve such a player. Do you know what I mean? It'd be awesome. Countries around the world would be trying to find my things like, can he play for us? Can he play for us? You know, I'd be that player. Oh, my.
You want to play for Everton? No one's going to be asking, can he play for us? They'll be like, can stay there. It's off his.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You see, you boys, you like Arsenal and Liverpool, so you've had. We could sit here and do a whole show on the players you've had for your teams. Mine would take about 2 minutes at the start of the show. So what I'd do is I'd be that player. So every time we did something, you go, "Oh, Bergkamp for Arsenal, he was excellent," and you go, "Oh yeah, Robbie Fowler, yeah, it wasn't good as Shabby," and you'd both have to go, "No, he was amazing. He was amazing."
Well, here's a question for you, Mark.
Yeah.
What if you get to the gates and God's having a talk with you? It's about your reincarnation. Yeah. And he says to you, "Mark, you can come back as Ronaldo of Everton, world's greatest player the world's ever seen, or you can cure child poverty on the planet. Which one are you taking?"
Yeah, Everton, of course I am. I don't have to think of that, Everton. Because I'd make that much money and I'd be so famous, it would inspire kids to eat.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? So I got deja vu, like I've just heard this shite question last week. Yeah, we're kind of. I totally agree with Jonathan on that. What if the light we just see as when we die is the light of a life as we're being reborn? What a question. What do you think of that one?
I don't know. Maybe it's like going through a tunnel. Right, you go through the Mersey tunnel, don't you? You go through one end and it goes dark and you come out the other way and it's all light. So maybe that is the case. Maybe it's just straight on to the next one.
Discrimination. It will appear on the next piece.
I absolutely hate slugs. I just can't buy them.
You remember the dodgy parts of your life. Wait till this is. What did I miss? Tubs popping out of the tub. Well, you never know what's in Bryce Tubs. We're getting to Bryce Tubs. We're definitely getting to him. Let's have a look. But surely now, saying that you would have to remember your past life, if you came back, then surely you would not know about your previous life. Well, here's a question for you then.
I can't even believe it. Right,
half an hour on this. Unbelievable. If you came back as a different person, right, would you want to remember your past life or not? Brian, what do you think?
Well, that's what I was saying before. If your past life was great, if your past life was double good, of course you would.
Yeah,
But
no,
if it was
but
horrible, then no.
yeah, but hang on. Yeah, Brian, what do you think?
I would 100% want to come back just to mess with people that are still alive that knew the previous me.
But what if your previous me was a 10 times better life than your new one? You'd be pissed off all the time. You'd be like, oh, my
Jesus.
bird's all right, but she wasn't as fit
That
as
was
my
true.
last
I
bird.
must be an awful bad person in the next life.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yes,
it'd be weird,
reincarnation is not an easy thing to think about, is it? It's quite. There's more to the subject.
There's no
Yeah,
way you
I
can
agree.
reincarnate straight away and go back anyway. Like that.
Look at him, home early enough to catch his life. Wish he hadn't. He'd be like, stand at home. I raised home for this. Absolutely brilliant. Can Magic Si make this question? Oh, you're coming home tomorrow, Martin. So Martin's on his way home tomorrow.
Oh, it looks like
Shabby
he's had a great
Rogers
time, doesn't he?
in full
Looks like he's
effect.
had a brilliant time.
I shaved the beard down a bit, but I'll probably grow it again I always do it at Christmas, and I love the Kenny Rogers look. So, and yeah, I've got my Christmas. Have you not got your Christmas tree at Ways? Is that what you're trying to say? No, just some of us love Christmas, some of us don't. Okay. It's because of modern medicine. What is? If I was famous in the past life, I'd be Jimi Hendrix. Would you? Would you be Jimi Hendrix? Who would I be? If Elvis, I'd be Elvis. Who would you be, Brian? If you had to pick a famous person, not sport related, who would you be?
Bob Marley.
Would you be Bob Marley?
Fuck it, why not?
Who would you be, Si?
The first one into my head, so yeah.
Yeah, well, you look just like him, Brian.
I know, it's an image, right?
Me, I think I'd be P. Diddy.
P. Diddy. Yeah, Alex, yeah. We are at peak world population now, he believes, Martin says. We are at peak now. Are you talking Everton again, Mr. B? Hi, TJC. Evening, all just got back from work. Can I miss Si's question of the week? You missed it, but you kind of didn't, if you look at it that way. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. There's a bloke down our chip shop swears he's Elvis.
You never know.
Did he?
Could be.
I believe Elvis is that guy, that pastor in America. Yeah. And you see them clips and stuff, that guy's like same age as Elvis is, like how he would be now, 89, 90. And this guy, this Pastor Summit he's called, it's too coincidental. He's well Elvis, that guy.
Did he go to the fish and chip shop and say to the guy, how was that fish caught? And he went, it's caught in a trap.
Thanks for coming.
I can't. People don't live very long back in the day, Si. By 25, you had to be married, have 11 kids, and died down the mine. PlayStation is saving lives.
In children times, most families would have up to 5 children, but only 2 would ever survive out of the 5. Really, from the age of 4. Really strange, that.
Big Bad, you're brilliant. You say it's better to come back as a human than an animal, but what if you came back as French? Oh, what the France, man. What the France. Oh. I'd be a proper stereotypical Frenchman, though. I would do stuff like, do you know?
What is going on, Johnny?
I would. I'd be like, oh, yes, I
apologise for all the French viewers we've got. This isn't a racist show normally.
Ricardo, my grandparents didn't have a PS5. That's why they've got 40 aunts and uncles. Brilliant. Hello, Delvian Seek. Evening all. I suspect reincarnation is like being held back at school. You don't progress until the lesson is learned.
That's deep.
Oh, now that, that is a question. I was born on the exact same day as Martin Luther King was murdered. Maybe I'm his being. Well, you could be.
Somehow, Keith, I
never know.
Think so.
I want to be reincarnated as Adam Berry. Brilliant, brilliant. The pressure is when I see you lot in person. It's massive these days. I might start uploading photos of what I look like when I wake up. Why? It's Shabby. Is there any chance you can send me a photo of you when you just wake up? What? Oh, I know what I can send, Shabs. All one conscious experience ourselves. What? Subjectively. We are all one consciousness, experience ourselves subjectively. Where'd you get all them words from? Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, but think about it, all the millions and billions of people that have been on this planet, these people are our people, because these are the people that are here when the time you're here. So I sort of agree with that in a sort of sense.
Yeah.
There is sort of a link, because this is the destination. Like, you're on Earth for a certain amount of time, but so are the people around you for a certain amount of time, which is this is like our lot, innit? Do you know what I mean? Our lot of times.
Hi, Stu. Good old Stu. Hello, James McGurk. Evening, lads. Just driving home from Dublin and listening. Good to see you, James. TJC's turned up. Everybody's here. Now, they've all come, Bri, to see our Brian. All right? So, there's a lot of people in the chat. Obviously, you know who the Culture Cast is. You know our Brian. You watch Tubbs, blah, blah, blah. But there's a few things that you don't know about Brian, right? So, we have decided to share with you the life of Brian, if you will.
We still haven't forgotten, you know, Brian. We all have forgotten in the chat. What have we done with this Bruno? It's been years now. What's going on now? I hope we still remember to feed him and stuff.
Oh,
Bruno was supposed to be coming back at one point, but then he got into some relationship issues and he said, no, I just haven't time anymore. So I just kept it going until he was locked up in jail or whatever.
so there you have it. So Brian has a YouTube channel. It's Brian's Action Figure Reviews. The link to Brian's channel is in the description. So you're more than welcome to press that button and sub to our Brian. He does a podcast with a lovely Tubbs, and you'll like Brian. Brian's awesome. You've seen him looking as Wolverine. He was in Westlife. You know what I mean? He's here. You're not just getting any old bloke on YouTube. You're getting Ireland's favourite. Do you know what I mean? So, awesome.
And there's no way we can have a member of Culture Cast on without at least putting Tubbs in a picture with Brie Larson. That just doesn't happen, does it? It's can't happen.
Brie Larson. Shabby as an Everton legend, but as a twin, that means Si would be a Liverpool legend. Inspired tweet, that's not how poverty works, Shabby. Well, no, but it would though. You know, oh, I watched him play, scored a hat trick. I'm going to make a sandwich.
All right, then here's another question for you.
Yeah. Hey, Scotty boy.
Same question. You're getting reincarnated, but if there was something that you could change instead of being reincarnated on the earth, what would you change?
What would I change?
So there's one thing too big to be like, you get a great life in the afterlife anyway, so we all here. But what if there was one massive change you could make instead of coming back? What would that will be? What would you change?
Change to yourself or something else?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like the world, like you can go
it's
back
a big
to
place,
the world, or you can swap that with changing something about the world. What would it be?
Well, like if we can give this back, yeah, I'll go back for another run without it.
Well, that's it. So you could say, I want all people that suffer from this condition never to suffer from it. That's it. It's gone. It's completely disappeared. You know, there'd be a favourable deal. Like the people that have like problems with cancer in the families and have had cancer, you could cure all cancer, couldn't you? And say no more. There are some things bigger, isn't there, than actually you going back.
Oh, look at that side. Did he fancy?
That actually works.
No, it doesn't, Ryan. No, it doesn't.
Manga Fandango.
Oh, I would go back and help all the children of the world, Si. That's what I would do. You know what I would be?
Yeah.
I would be like Everton by night, by day, Father Christmas by night. That's what I would be, Si. Do you know what I mean? My life would be Shabby, do you want to do Tub Thumpers? No, I'm too busy. I've got kids to feed.
Even the kids.
I've got a hat trick to score and I've got kids to feed. No one's going to win that European Cup, you know, Si. We've got to do no. But anyway, we're here to see our Bri. So, Bri, for those that don't know, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your collection. How long have you been collecting for all that baloney?
So I suppose I collect a bit of everything. I've been collecting since I was born. No,
have you really all that time? Yeah. So you're an old school one, like you've collected always here and there and so forth. Because we've had these conversations before, Bri, where even through our Si said even through his teenage life, you know, he didn't collect as much, but he always picked up something. Is that how you did it too?
Yeah, like, you know, like in the 80s, I watched all the classics like Motu and fucking Transformers, Thundercats, all that kind of stuff. And of course, mostly the Turtles. And as I was small, my mother did the awful thing of she had a friend at work where she used to bring me to their house, and her friend's young fella was the same age as me, but they had a lot more money, so they used to have shelves like this.
Just full of stuff.
So I was going in every week on So like I always wanted to earn my own money to make my own collection like that.
So when did it kick off then, Bri? When did it get like it's got behind you? Because if I just make you big a minute, I mean that is impressive in its side. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's Marvel Legends, mate.
I mean, look at this room. It's full of good stuff.
I wish my hands weren't shaky, but anyway.
ABOE.
But yeah, behind me as well.
Wow.
But yeah. So like, it's weird how it started because I was walking through Tesco's there one day, and like through my teens and stuff, I was going to pick up bits and pieces. But you know that feeling where you're in the toy aisle and you feel like you shouldn't be there, like embarrassed or something. But
in your previous life, Bri.
Not in the previous life. 2009 came then, and kind of more settled in myself, and I said I'll actually start to pick up a few bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And someone made the stupid mistake of buying me this. I think it was my mother that got it for me, but this is the Marvel
Oh, nice, Bri.
encyclopedia, and it's rightly heavy. It's years ago, like this was made, so it's got all the proper old school stuff. Before the MCU'd everything.
Cheers, Mr. B.
I actually have that book, but I don't have the expanded one like that.
But yeah, so I was in hospital then over a couple of weeks, and I brought that book with me and literally read it from cover to cover a couple of times because boredom, obviously. And then I discovered Marvel Legends, and that was kind of that.
So you and Si have the same type of thing, though, because I always wanted to ask our Si this, because Si had a really bad accident in '86, and Si was in hospital for months. He couldn't walk, and he was in. Do you know what I mean? It was really bad what happened to him. But some of your stories, and like what Brian just said now, so I'll ask both of you, comes from that time. Because remember, Si, we all love of Return of Jedi comes from those cassettes, and you got your Megatron and all that. Do you think it's because you both of you had certain times like that where you did feel a bit ill, and you did where it was like a connection to you, and that's where it came from?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Go on, Si.
I was going to say I agree with that because this time I was in hospital for almost 12 months.
Jeez, Connor.
And I couldn't walk. I was strapped in a bed, and my dad taped all the Return of the Jedi VHS onto cassettes for me, and every night I put my headphones on and I'd listen to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then my Auntie Rosemary brought me the G1 Megatron, and them two, even to this day at nearly 50, they're very close to me. I love Return of the Jedi. and my love for Megatron's through the roof. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So I'd agree there. Yeah, I think certain times like that do make you, because you're real, aren't you? You're not in the right frame of mind. I couldn't. All my brothers were out playing. I'm in an hospital bed. It drove me crazy. Do you know what I mean? At the age of 10, so things like that. I think you're right, Mark. Yeah, I think you do have an extra hold on stuff because of it.
And as well, like there was no, like if you're inside, you can't do anything because there's no internet. There's no anything like we have.
Yeah.
No phones. No anything like we have now. So like you're relying on like the father's secondhand newspapers to get your little bit of enjoyment out of like.
Yeah, just think about when you said. Yeah, when you said that, then I thought, Si's been through the same thing. So yeah, that's interesting. It's funny because you don't think of stuff like that. It just comes naturally to you, and then you form a connection, and that's where it comes from, you know. So yeah, that's really impressive. So Connor Fuller, thank you, Connor. You put our Bri's YouTube channel right there, and it's good. Our Brian took a good job. Mr. B's already subbed to it. Look at that, just sub, Bri. That's awesome of you, man. You'll like it. You know, I'm never going to turn around to somebody on here and say sub to them if I don't think it's good myself. So you'll like our Bri. Our Bri's awesome. I've just survived my 3rd-degree man flu. Oh yeah, Connor was ill, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Christmas week, Si makes these amazing galleries to make us forget about these previous questions. What's that gallery? That's Brian's real life, G-Force. Brian's he was.
We haven't got Brian to send every picture in. Nothing to do with us.
You said to Bri, is there any chance you can send Si some? Oh yeah, I'll send a couple of them.
Those are some of the best days of my life, G-Force.
Best days. Hiya, Gary's Grails. Good old Gary's here. Hiya, pal. Let's have a look. DTM, that's the quote, right? Shabby inspiring kids to eat. Well, they are, you see. I'm an inspiration, G-Force. I'm an inspiration. Hello, Vintage Toy Rush. Evening, Tubby Geekers. Been watching Son to get 10th in a race in tonight's British F1 race. That's brilliant. He's doing good, isn't he? He's doing really well. So that's awesome, man. Yeah. I had to make the change that putting up the Christmas decorations before December. Socially unacceptable. It's not unacceptable. Look how festive it looks at Shabby's. You can all come around for hot cocoa, Brian. Bring your slippers, Brian. Watch a nice movie. You know what I mean? Christmas tree up. You know, just don't try it on, Brian. You know.
It's totally unacceptable. I agree with Mr. Redmond.
What size question?
Me too.
Well, we want to know what size question. I'd get rid of cancer. Too many people in my family died away. You see, stuff like, if we're going to be serious and stuff, I'd do stuff like that after I played for Everton. I'd do that after. You know what I mean? If I had a spare hour or something, I'll do that, you know. But I'd be such a good player, I would cure everything. You know what I mean? I'd be like that. Kids would all be not hungry anymore. I'd be like the Gandhi of football. Do you know? Does that make sense? That's what I'd be like. You know, I'd be that good, like inspirational.
You'd wear flip flops instead of footy boots.
Well, that's how good I'd be. I could wear ballet shoes, Si. They'd be like, he's amazing. He can play in anything. I'm talking, Si. I don't think you're getting it clear here, Si. I'm talking like the world's greatest player ever could play in anything, with anything. Like a proper, you know, like I only come.
The world's greatest player wouldn't play for Everton, would they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Si. You see,
and then even though you'd be like, "No, my heart's at
you're
Everton,"
not getting it, Si. Yeah,
the chairman would say, "You're too good," and Real Madrid has just offered us 200 million quid for you, so we're selling you. So you'd never play for Everton anyway.
I would. Hey, Gig Strong. Oh, I would play for him. I would, Si. Don't ruin my dream, Si.
You know.
Si ruining it for me. Let's have a look. It really is G-Force, and the quicker than looking up Wikipedia. I don't know what that means. I wanted to get the Transformers Encyclopedia, but it was too expensive. You lie, Shabby. You told people to sub to me. MOD, I pal. Always end up rolling the plate for these. No, you're fine, my friend. You haven't missed anything. I love Brian's channel and live streams. Learn how to use the F word in many a sense. Oh man. Sometimes when you and Tubbs get passionate, I mean, he's flung around that word, isn't it?
Like, I'm not half as bad as he is. Like,
I remember, I'll tell you, this is a true story. I was sat on the couch, my wife sat on the couch on the phone, yeah, and I had you on, and my wife said, "They're going effing."
I don't see it as swearing though, because like my girlfriend Claire, she's Scottish, right? And she swears like a trooper, but it's in the accent. It's not really swearing in as such. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Scots will go into the corner shop and say, "Ah, gives a fucking paper," and it's not like swearing. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like the Irish. It's not really swearing, is it?
No, not really.
In a sense, it's like.
I don't think swearing's got its thing like it used to. When we were kids, if we said something, we get battered. Do you know what I mean? But it hasn't got it now, really, has it? I don't think anyone's that bothered anymore. Here we go. More like the Mr. Bean of football. Mr. Bean of football, charming. Brian taught Connor and both myself how to curse. Brian's taught everybody how to curse. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But anyway, Brian, we're here for. I don't know why we're here now, to be honest. It's just gone over. But Brian, we're here to see your tub. So let me make our bride big. He's right there. Brian, show us what's in your tubs.
So again, like, I'm going to go back to the encyclopedias. I'm sure some of you have these. Have this one actually, because I've got a few. This is a Star Wars one.
Yeah, I've got that, Bright. It's a great book.
It's absolutely fantastic.
It is, yeah.
That's kind of like what I wanted to show you off tonight, rather than going like I have a lot of different things from different whatchamacallits.
Show whatever you like, Bright.
This one as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Just
a good one.
loaded.
Nice cover that.
Please detail.
But like, I've loads of things like that to kind of.
Do you collect them though, Brian? It's like when you go out to thrift shops or anywhere else and you sit. Because I always do. I always pick up books every time I go out. I always pick.
Yeah,
up
not really, but when I do see them, I tend to pick them up. Like
yeah.
Like I noticed TJC mentioned there about the Transformers one. It's like 80 fucking quid now to buy.
Wow, is it?
Oh, excuse my French.
No, swear away. Don't worry about that, pal.
But yeah, I suppose I'll show you these.
Right, look at this. Geek Strong says, Brian, show us your effing tubs.
You see, I don't have to have everything on my shelves. I know that someone else knows what this is as well.
Oh yeah, mine came today.
I think these are like. Go on.
So these have kicked off big time, haven't they? I've seen a couple of videos on them, and they are impressive, aren't they? So
very.
And there's this one as well.
Would you class them as action figures? They are, aren't they? And it's just the way to get over around the licensing, wasn't it? To call them model kits.
They're actually they are licensed by Hasbro, like, so they're not knockoffs or anything like that, like. So
I think the word model goes. It's a bit subpar. I'd say more on the chance of like a builder figure. That's what it really is. Yeah, it's like a builder figure, and then it's done. There's no painting involved or anything. Any of that, the figure's almost like done. You just got to click it together. Great figures, aren't they? I love them.
So basically, it's like those Bandai. When Bandai did the Star Wars ones, they were all coloured and done. You just put them together to make a figure, if you will. I had the Boba Fett one, and it's the same thing. It's everything's coloured in. All you do is snap it together. Is that what you do with these?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just snap them all together. How big are they? Are they 6, 7 inch, or are they bigger?
8 or 9 inches, I think.
Yeah, a bit bigger. I'd say it, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love about them is that they're die cast and they look so much like the G1. That's what I really love about them. Because, you get these Megatron figures and stuff, and there's quite a few variants out, and you're always looking for that one that looks like the G1 Megatron. I think Yolo Park have nailed it. I really do.
Oh, you do? Right. Okay, pal. Awesome. Yeah, definitely more complex BAFs than kits. Right. Okay. Right. So he's more like a builder figure then. Perfect. Yeah. What is that, Bri?
Men.
No, this as well a couple of weeks ago.
Was that the HasLab?
Yes.
Look at the size of that guy.
Did you keep the zombie face on him?
Yeah, I love the zombie head.
Yeah.
Much
yeah,
better.
Brilliant, isn't it? It's great that.
Jeez, how big is that?
They didn't give the Skrull head. I was quite annoyed about that.
I've got to say though that the hand articulation on that with each finger is just incredible build. I think you can put them fingers in any shape, mold, or brilliant.
But yeah, it's fucking class.
So you've not had it long then, Brian. People have just been picking them up now, haven't they? Like it was about a year and a half wait, wasn't it?
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got it. Still need to finish reviewing it as well.
So what did you think then when you got it? What did you think was first impressions? Because like it was a bit of a wait, wasn't it, from ordering it to getting it? So
I suppose like kind of like once it's gone through and it's ordered or whatever, you forget about it until it arrives. So I had completely forgotten about it. Then I got the invoice. Oh, your thing is coming through. Make sure your address is okay. I was like, yes. But yeah, I love him. I think he's fantastic.
what's the size from to Galactus? Is there any much different
A bit
size?
smaller.
Oh, he's got that one too. I can see it behind him. I thought it was Tubbs dressed up.
Yeah, like Galactus is still the daddy, isn't it?
Yep. Just a good bit.
Jeepers, look at the size of them.
Great, though. That Galactus is great as well.
He was only 200, I think, whereas Galactus
Only.
350. I know.
350, yeah.
So when it comes to Marvel, because obviously we can see your shelves behind you, you have no problem spending this type of money on the HasLabs. Then it doesn't. You want them, do you?
Depends. I wouldn't have backed that. Down, you fucker.
By
I didn't back
DTM.
I didn't back that Ghost Rider thing.
Oh, you didn't?
The car.
No.
No, it was terrible.
It was ridiculous, though. The price of that for, what was it, 350 for a car that doors it open, the free flame stick on the wheels. And then I saw that Ramen Toys one, which had sound effects and all lit up. And what was the price of that, Mark? That
185. Like, I saw them. We went to
yeah.
Joe Fest and Ramen were there, and they were beautiful. Those cars. They even did the General
Yeah.
Lee, which was superb. That General Lee looks super cool. But you are right. I mean, but the reason I ask is because you're obviously it's like me, for example. I collect all the Black Series and so forth, but I'd have to think about a HasLab like the Rancor. Our side messaged me and said, "Do you want to get that Rancor and all that?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure about it." I mean, it didn't pass anyway. But
it was ridiculous the way they did that, though.
It was a bit stupid the way they did it. You know, just digital rendering when they want 250, 300 quid off you. Yeah.
What about this Ecto 1 Ghostbusters? Do you think that's gone back? Because it's getting extremely close, isn't it? Really, and it doesn't seem to be getting any higher than. What's it on? Is it 8?
I'd say there's a lot of fence sitters on that one.
I think it'll back, but
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've got to be honest. You've got to look at your own finances and your own personal life when it comes to stuff like this. 3 weeks before Christmas, I ain't spending 400 and something because it's 400 and something, but then you've got tax on top of it in America, and then you've got the shipping on. So you're looking at 500 quid before Christmas. It ain't happening. Yeah. I've always been one of those people, me. They should do it the same way Hot Toys should do it. They should do it in payment plans. So they just do it in January and February when there's nothing on. And then every month you pay $100. I guarantee they'd make how much more money? You know what I mean? It'd give people a chance instead of forking out all that money at one time. It's expensive.
Yeah.
G-Force said the plush on the shelf needs to make an appearance.
A little right.
So Jar bought me that.
Brilliant. Oh,
so canny that now. So canny. Which one's Brian, Mark? Look at this tonight. It's a twin special.
This is actually fun.
Brilliant. Oh, great. Oh, awesome. This is good. I'm enjoying this. It's pretty good. You're showing different stuff, which is ace.
What else have I got here over here? I've got these. So I know about these as well. The Jaded Coins.
I know, I'm so gobsmacked you've got these early like this. They're saying January over here for that release. They're saying it's going to be January.
Jesus. There's the other one.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that Cammy figure.
All right, well, let me ask you both a question then. These Street Fighters, is this a pure nostalgia buy? Because we never had these as kids. Or are you buying them because you just like the look of the figures?
I love Street Fighter, so I've never had a proper version of these when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's a bit of nostalgia. It's a bit of it's a bit of both, I think.
How easy to get over there?
It was always Street Fighter 2 Turbo when my brothers Jay and Rick always on that Nintendo non-stop. So I absolutely love Street Fighter. The ones that you used to collect, I think it was Stone Collectibles, they were always like £80, 70, 85 quid for each figure. And I was a bit like, I held back on them because it seemed the distribution was getting like longer and longer between each figure. But they still haven't done them all yet, have they even?
No.
So when that Jada come along, they were just like perfect, weren't they?
Hey, John. Yeah.
Those Storm figures started out at 45 quid, and they're up to 100, 120 now. Like.
Yeah.
Right.
Between the stuffed animal and the Footloose G.I. Joe, Brian's got a few lawsuits to. Oh no! To be honest, with Shabby Si, you bullied us all into collecting the Jada Street Fighter. See, I never found. Way's in over here with me, innit? And I've never seen him. I've never seen him out in the wild. I've never seen him in Target. I've never seen him in Walmart. So, because our side was messaging me, Brian, he's going, "Oh, Shabs, you've got to get into these," and they look fantastic. I watched the shows on them and the YouTube videos, and I've seen your promotions come up for him, and they look great. I've never seen one. Never seen one in I know G-Force said, "Oh, Shabby, they're here, they're there," but I think what it was for me, lads, is out of sight, out of mind. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought, well, I'm not, you know, so I never really bothered with it in that sense. Like the game, love the figures, and really love the price of what got me into Jada figures. How much are they over there then, lads? How much are they?
We pick them up around 25, 23, 24 pounds.
Sometimes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
But yeah, well, I think when it comes up to Christmas and everybody starts doing the figure of the year reviews and stuff, it might be, I think these will be my figure of the year, the Street Fighter figures. I generally do. It's just everything's right about them. Everything's right. And that's what I really like. Because sometimes you can get in this community, especially in the toy community, and I'd say a good 3/4 of it, you do feel vastly ripped off. Like, oh, you really want it. You can't believe how much you spent for it. And then it disappears for the next thing you want to buy. So I just think with them Street Fighters, there was just everything right. That's all I can say about them.
Yeah, G-Force is agreeing. I'm buying the Street Fighter figures because they are amazing figs for $25 as well as the nostalgia. I just like the modern. I mean, I've always liked modern toys. Me and Si were talking about this a couple of days ago, Brian, because you're more or less a modern collector, aren't you, Brian?
Yeah.
Do you ever go back and buy vintage, or it's just something you're not interested in?
The closest thing I'd say is what I have would be those, and I think they're what do the vintage stuff the best as well, is those Masters of the Universe figures, the retros. They are fantastic. I love them.
Yeah. I love
They're like exactly the same as the old ones, with just a little bit more articulation. And it's perfect, I think.
I like that sort of style, Cyan, Bright. I like the way that these toy companies are taking. It's like I've just bought those sectors that Nacelles just done, and they're exactly the same size, and the weapons and everything are exactly the same, and they fit perfectly with your old school ones. So they didn't make Stellara the girl one when we were kids, but there was a promotional for, it was meant to be out in the next wave, but it didn't do well, and so they never brought it out. So now people that collect sectors can get these figures that are articulated, but everything works with the vintage stuff. So you can, and it's the same as the Motu, same as the retro collection. I love that sort of stuff about this new thing that they're doing with toys now, that they're taking our old toys and going, yeah, it's cool. What can I do to upgrade this, not make it better? Do you know what I mean? Do you both agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I look at the Motu, they look miles better. They're the ones you wanted as a kid that have movable arms and the joint in the knee.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love the crossovers and stuff they're doing as well are fantastic as well.
They're really cool.
With
really cool.
And wrestlers and stuff.
Well, it's the wrestlers were cool. I wanted to miss the T one. I really wanted that one, but it's cool because I know a lot of people, when you can take all the arms and legs and bodies off them, and so people were buying the wrestling ones too for the extra parts that they had and making their own figures, and so it's just been a brilliant ride. It really has.
When you were small as well.
So Connor says G.I. Joe did Street Fighter figures back in. I remember them. I remember the 3/3/4 inch ones of them. So Jada's figures are classified adjacent, right? Okay. Shabby Target.
You don't need an excuse, Connor.
I know that's the furthest from you, right? Okay. I would pick one up definitely because I like the box. It comes in that arcade box on it or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Chris. It's just everything's right. The articulation's brilliant. Paint's amazing. The boxes are great. The accessories are great. All less than 25 quid. I'm there all day long.
Is there enough characters in Street? Because I remember playing Street Fighter, but I'm not an aficionado on computer games or whatever. Is there enough characters to carry this line on?
Oh yeah, more than enough. And then you've got player A and player B. You've got a lot of different designs to come in yet. If they carry on, which I think they will do. I can't see it stopping anytime soon.
I'd imagine they'll move on to Street Fighter Alpha when they've this one done as well.
Street Fighter Alpha, right? Okay. And is that what you two are going to do? You're going to collect them all, get them all?
We'll see.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. I'm from that era. Do you know what I mean? Collect them all, so I have to. My
Balls
wife
deep
goes
with this,
No. I'm not
Cyrus,
really
you
collect
know.
them all in anything I collect. If I don't like it, I don't collect it. I don't care if it's in a wave. I don't care anything like it. Not for me. It's not for me. But
Yeah.
I think them Street Fighter ones, it's a bit different because they come out sporadically. There's only 2 or 3 that come out at one time. They're easy to get your hands on.
I am Mike.
My Smith is round the corner, and it always does them. So you know, there's a good chance you're picking them up if you like me. You're not disappointed that you haven't got it.
Do you agree with this then? What Waze is saying? It's the quality too, Shabs. There's no other figure that feel more like, you know what? That's funny that, because I remember watching Pixel Dan at the toy fair, and he showed them all. They had them all out, and the quality was there. They looked, because they were stood up without figure stands, and I thought that's not, unless they glued them on I don't know, but they just looked perfect. They really did, and they do look like the game, don't they? I could tell who, you know, I'm not an aficionado, but I know my Street Fighter, I know the characters and all that, and they were perfect. And for that price, you can't go wrong, can you? You really can't. Everyone's saying hello to Mike. Good old Scott saying hello to Mike. Hope you're enjoying the summer we sent you, Mike. It's 0 degrees here. You're welcome. Is it freezing?
Yeah.
Rhino says, I've played Street Fighter 2 only a handful of times. The quality, articulation, accessories, price made it so I know. So I think you're all in agreement, aren't you? All you boys.
Yeah.
Every one of these
Everything's right. That's what I said. It's just one of them toy lines, Mark. Obviously, we all love buying and collecting figures. It's just one of them where everything is right. Nothing's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
The prices have stayed the same. There's been how many figures out now, Brian? 8 or 9 figures out so far.
Yeah, nine, I think. Yeah.
They've had 2 San Diego Comic Con exclusives with Chun-Li and Ken. And Ryu was a dark one as well, the original Ryu one. So again, everything's right by him, but you can still pick them up as well. So it's not like nothing worse me when there's new figures that come out and they're not even 2 years old and they disappear. Gone completely. And then you're looking at figures at the price of vintage figures at 150 quid because this guy's got one, and you're like, this figure's 18 months old. Why is it 150 quid? That's one thing that does hurt me about modern.
Yeah.
It's treated in that vintage value, isn't it? It shouldn't be, really.
Got you, Si. Jonathan Redmond says, Jada just pips YOLO Park for the Toy Maker of the Year for me. They're on retail shelves for 25 quid, even though I love the Transformers characters more. I think that's what it is. Sometimes you come across something, don't you, Brian, where you have to get it because the price is like the Motu for me. I mean, that came at a perfect time for me. And it's awesome. I can, you know, you see my shelves behind me. I'm smothered in them, but it's been good fun collecting them. Is that how you? What's the thing for that? These Street Fighters for you, Brian?
Yeah, like I've always wanted a proper Street Fighter line. There was one years ago called Sota Toys, but they were all kind of like if you sneezed on them, they would fall apart, kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, I wanted proper lines.
Worse, is it? The only thing I ever felt like that, Brian, was the and I was gutted about it. Really, was the Dungeons and Dragons figures. I got them all, but the quality was so bad. I mean, I caught them, and I kept them because I thought, you know what, I love this. I haven't seen them in 40 years, and I'm going to just display them anyway. It's not as if I'm playing with them and so forth, but I have never known. They all came with like this white kind of powdery feel. It was weird. It was every time I opened, like they've been stored for years, Brian. That's how it looked like to me. Like someone stored these for years. These aren't new figures, but I don't know. Hey, guys, did I manage to avoid Si's question of the week? Yeah, you did.
Just in time.
Right, Brian, what's next?
Okay. I'll show you something.
Si, do they do a cami in 1-to-1 scale?
No idea. Wish they did.
I wish they did, yeah. They got Scooby-Doo stuff coming out too. Yeah, I love that looks good. Scooby-Doo. I might just have a look at that. Palps, I do cami in 1-to-1 what I dream. Nice. Those Scooby-Doo figures do look epic. They do. I love all that sort of stuff. I got the Playmobil Scooby-Doo ounce, and it's brilliant. So
yeah, I saw them at New York Comic Con when they did the reveals of them.
So Chris was saying, I was just saying just this week that they're on the shelf on the UK High Street. I've never seen a Marvel Legends that's not MCU or Black Series that's not Disney Plus in somewhere like Smith's. Is that right?
Yeah, that seems to have got really bad. When I first opened around here a few years back, the Marvel Legends and the Black Series was a whole wall, and now there's nothing. One figure. Star Wars are still selling the Black Saber. It's like it's just gone so poor in there for that. Don't know why. No idea. Big massive toy shop like that, you think it'd be full of them, wouldn't you? But
you would, yeah, you're right, you would. But it's getting to a point now in America where the Ross is doing the big table. So what they do, Brian, is they move the aisles out and they put these shoes and just throw toys on. I just got Multiverse for Si for $5.99.
Jesus.
And they do the Universal Monsters for $6.99 and TVC for $4.99 and Black Series at $3. The last couple of years back, they were selling the Black Series Red and Black Box Rex, and they had rows of them for $3.99.
Well, that's my whole point with that. I mean, that Arkham Knight Batman I didn't pick up first time round, and it's gone quite pricey. Pick it up for around 60, 70 quid. But I'm again reluctant. It is only a 2-year-old figure. And then you go and find it for $6.99. And that's the thing, sometimes it throws me a bit with this. Like maybe if you look in them little corners deep enough, you will find it for the price that you should be getting it for. Never mind these inflated prices that scalpers just decide to put on them.
I agree. What's next, Bri?
So this is from another 90s video game, Battletoads.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of this? I've never heard of it.
We used to have this game, Mark, Battletoads.
Did we?
Yeah.
So these are made by Premium DNA, and there's a lot of alleged stuff happened with that company, but I'm not going to mention that. But anyway, I got 2 of them there about a year ago, and they haven't made the 3rd one yet, unfortunately. But yeah, these are the Battletoads.
Wow, hang on, let me just make it even bigger for that. Who makes them?
Premium DNA, they're called.
Premium DNA.
And they make the Earthworm Jim characters as well. Oh,
they're great figures.
Yeah, great figures. Yeah, I've never ever seen them ever.
No.
They're about 8 inches though. That's the only thing I don't like about them. Quite tall.
And are these recent figures, Brian?
They came out about a year ago. So
a year ago.
Yep.
They're awesome. So I'm getting to a point. I'm thinking, Brian, that video games characters you're interested in. You're interested in these Street Fighters and these Battletoads and all that sort of stuff. Is that what you genuinely look out for as well? Besides the Marvel Legends, is video games.
Video games, TV shows, movies.
So all pop culture, basically.
Transformers up there. Like I've got RoboCop and a few other iconic heroes and stuff as well. And this one I said I'd show you this as well. This will be kind of my last thing. This will be San Diego Comic-Con Predator, NECA Predator. But it's a clear version.
Wow. Oh, that's beautiful, that. Love that.
City Hunter.
Oh, you know what? I've got such a love for translucent figures, me. I really have.
I love them as well.
I just love them. That's really cool, that, Bri, yeah.
That's absolutely class.
See, then another one, when they stop making them, NECA Predators go through the roof of money, don't they?
Yeah. Madness. But I got that STCC about 2 years ago. Not at it, but I ordered it from there. It was quite annoying to find.
Oh, Dino knows what they are. Says Battletoads are awesome, though they made a huge one also. I think it's the bad guy.
Yeah, big pig guy. Yeah, they made a couple of bad guys as well, but they still haven't made the 3rd Battletoad, which is quite annoying because I originally only wanted to get the 3 of them. So
awesome. There you go. So happy Dino. Nice Predator. It's a nice one, that. Yeah, and I bought a translucent figure at Joe Fest. Monster Force. They were doing these 2 exclusives for Joe Fest. Cool, and there was a Pharaoh and a vampire guy. And Scuba bought the red vampire guy that was all translucent. And I bought the Pharaoh that was all blue. And it was a cool figure. It cost me $40 though. They were expensive, those Monster Force there. But yeah, it was worth picking up. And translucent figures are awesome. I agree with you, Simon. I love that sort of stuff. Cheers, Oppie. See you later on, pal. NECA went mental making every type of Predator going. It's been going for years.
There's one I've just seen, and I don't know if it's out yet. It's from the Prey Predator, and it's all translucent, but it's got the red blood dripping off it, and it's coming off the legs.
Oh,
It's,
right,
it's a
okay.
mint figure, yeah. So I've been looking at that, but I don't know if it's out yet.
Yeah, so see you happy. Anything else to show, Bri?
I think that's it, guys. Most of it is mostly Marvel Legends, and yeah, I can show you up here again, actually.
Yeah, just have a look. Yeah, let me make you big then if you're going to show me around. So there you go.
So she said. So up this side is all, if you can see, is mostly MCU stuff. We'll try and
Yeah.
Would you say that's your main line then, the Marvel Legends?
Yeah, because it's everywhere. Up here then I have some Power Rangers in the corner. More Marvel Legends, X-Men type stuff.
Yeah.
And up here then is my
yeah, we're talking. Look at that.
Get my hand up high enough.
Is that the Newcastle Grayskull or the old one?
The newer one.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of these, but they're nice when I do have, I think.
I got a bargain for that. I went to game and it was 40 quid. So I thought I'm buying that for 40 quid.
That's a bargain, Si. It was a bargain at 75, though, to be honest. I mean, we couldn't believe it. $75 for a huge playset like that.
And that's probably...
Oh, it is out. Yeah, I'll have a look, see if it's out then over here. Yeah, because it is a beautiful figure. That you want to have a look for that, Bri. That new Prey Predator. It's really cool. It's like that one, but red.
Matt's collection says that HasLab Galactus is really cool, Brian. It is huge, that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mint though, isn't it? You did a good job of that. It was great seeing that little sneaky leaked Fantastic Four trailer where you see Galactus looking through the windows of the Baxter building. That looked brilliant.
I like the way you've got this room set up, Brian. It's nice and it's nice. It looks good in there.
I like to make a lot of moves around this. You got wrestling stuff in the corner there as well.
That Archangel figure's a great figure. That red and white one, the red and white version there, it's mint.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah, Brian, there's some awesome stuff in there, mate. Some awesome stuff. What would you say your prized possession was in there, Brian?
Yeah, then that's the Mortal Kombat set. Yeah, they're pricey though as well, Brian. Now, aren't they?
Yeah,
that Scorpion's stupid money.
I don't know what I would call my prized possession, to be honest. It's very hard to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. There's a few things in there that I couldn't live without, but I just enjoy it all.
Second note, see if I can get it over to this corner.
Oh, there they are. There's all the Street Fighters then.
There's the Jadas. Naked Buttons.
Yeah, they're cool, aren't they?
I'm waiting for the NECA Jessica Fletcher to come out, right?
No.
Usual Max says I saw a lady action figure with 6 arms. Wouldn't that be cool in real life? She'd do the washing up super quick for sure, Mike. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look. I'm waiting for the NECA Jessica Albert Angel. Oh, yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, there you have it, Si. There is our Bry's stuff. Absolutely brilliant, Brian. You got some awesome stuff. Right, let's just get down here a bit, and then Brian. You gotta see a magic act that you've never seen before, Brian. That you've never seen before. Mike, is that figure called the Swiss Army?
So Brian, you open carded figures. I saw 3 carded figures there all open. I was like twisting in my seat. It's open.
APD's here. Hiya, Nick. A good old APD.
Nick.
Family show of all, Mike, but yeah. Amazing room set up there. Brian says, Ian. Yeah, brilliant room. Brilliant. A sugar plum Nick, Brian.
Yeah.
Sugar plum Nick, guys. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying hello. Marvelous collection there, Brian.
Marvel.
So, you only pick up the Marvel Legends now and then, but did you do the same thing with Marvel Legends, Si? that you did with because I know with the multiverse you
It's
don't
funny
go
because
mad, do you?
I beat the drum of DC, but I absolutely love Marvel. You can't have, and Brian said it the other day, it doesn't matter about what they talk, you can't have Marvel without DC, and I've agreed with that 100% my entire art career. You can't. They both strengthen each other. I will probably go as far as to say I probably have more Marvel Legends than I do Multiverse, really, you know, but
really.
it's because I beat the DC drum so loudly that nobody really realizes that, but I do have a hell of a lot of Marvel stuff, yeah.
I picked up one or two, but I'm not. It's like I never read the comics as a kid, so half the stuff that comes, you watch Robo and you watch all these other people that do the Marvel Legends. I'm like, who the France is that? Who's that Cosmic Man? And I'm like, who? I'm like, I wonder where to start with it all. So I picked up.
It's a bit weird because even though they're both owned by Disney, unlike Star Wars, where, in my opinion, I don't think they've got any hope left under Disney, the Star Wars franchise. I just don't. I think over 10 years now of this drivel, it's just drove people uninterested. Whereas at the moment, Disney Marvel have now got the big players back, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Wolverine. They can't get this wrong. This is the pure, do you know what I mean? Daredevil's back, all of them, the main Marvel players in my Marvel universe. So I'm excited to see what Marvel now are coming. Like the new, like Doctor Doom coming, Fantastic Four coming. Now it's getting into old school Marvel, and that's what I am excited for. So I hope that Marvel just takes that different direction from what Star Wars is doing and start making good movies again.
Wait, Si likes DC. Well, actually, that's a good segue, that, because tomorrow night we do a Si sets up a Batman stream every year, and this is our 3rd year we're doing it. So tomorrow night, and we'll advertise it after this. Tomorrow night we'll be doing a Batman stream. I enjoy these Batman streams because I'm listen. I don't BS anybody. I'm not a massive, I don't know a lot about the lore of Batman, so I enjoy these streams because I get to understand and learn loads of stuff. So that'll be tomorrow night. What time are we doing it, Si? 9 o'clock East.
9 o'clock.
So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow night. But yeah, so Si likes DC. Apparently he does. Oh, brilliant! If there was a line you could get into, Prime, what would it be? What would you like him to come out with?
I don't know. Maybe like, I know you said it's another video game line, but I'd love to see them do a proper line of Resident Evil or Jada to make Mortal Kombat figures to go to Street Fighter figures.
So you'd like it to go to Jada then? So Jada's doing well for these figures, then, innit? Because like I said, half the lads in the chat, you two, right? Okay, here we go. Coxie says we've got Size Big Magic Chick coming up. Everyone, let's make sure he makes the acolyte disappear.
All that good.
Oh,
Me, I'd like to see a 6-inch line of Cowboy Bebop figures. That's what I'd like. I've always had like shady, just like Cowboy Bebop figures, and either statues or I want a nice 6-7-inch line of all the characters from the original run of Bebop.
There was a 5-inch one. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them, and they never did a fade, and it really annoyed me. So, but again, I want what we have, them sort of figures, a nice line of them, accessories up, and whether they do, God knows.
Well, cheers, GJ. Yeah, because I enjoy stuff like this. It's like I said, one of the, I don't know, I can't speak for you two, but I enjoy learning. I enjoy learning from other people, and I like the passion that people do, Brian and Si. You know what I mean? Because it gets you more invested when someone loves something. Have you ever thought? You know what I mean? It's like, you look in Brian's room, you see all that stuff, and you think, oh man, and the way he talks about it, and the way he collects. I love that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah. I'd like to see a 6-inch line of Shabby with different hair sculpt. It is Everton kit. That's an exclusive. Judge Dredd line gets my vote. Well, I'm so tempted to get those Joy Toy, or is it Higher Toys, Judge Dredd?
Aaron, I'm not. I've seen them. I saw them at Bolton Con, and they're so small and fast. Like for £100 for the bike set and everything. I was like, these are just the lovely figures. Yeah, they're not worth the money for my eyes. They're not.
I do like them though, but I to tell you the truth, lads, I like the way they're going. It's like I'd like them to carry on making old toys, but upgrade the old toys. I love that, like the retro collection, and the Centaurs and the Motu. They did Robo Force as well, but it's not. the same RoboForce. The package is in the same, and it's the same characters, but they've got legs and everything now. Do
Yeah,
you know
they
what
look
I mean?
cool as well. I've seen those.
But they're super cool, Brian. The bike mice from Mars. I think it was just after my time bike mice from Mars. But the figures look awesome. They look really good, you know. So I enjoy that, all this nostalgia that I think this is the best time to be a collector, to be honest, because it's everything we had as kids that is coming back, you know. So if there's, I'll ask you, Si, as well. This if there's something you'd like them to bring back, like Brave, so I'd love to get, or Galaxy Rangers, the Adventures of the Galaxy. I loved that toy line as a kid, and it wasn't big. You know,
I don't know if that's preserved there, because a lot of stuff that I'd want bringing back is here. It's back. Do you know what I mean? It's already here. Like all new Marvel figures. They're just doing the new Secret Wars, and them Secret War figures are just everything I wanted in them original Secret Wars, and now they're doing it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm quite lucky in that way. Everything seems to get done what I'd want.
I think as well.
Apart from Cowboy Bebop figures.
Do you know the way they do? Do you know the way they do? Like we're talking about the Motu figures. Yeah, I think that kind of treatment would be perfect for Mask.
Oh, Mask is coming back next year, isn't it? It's yeah. Who is it? Was it? We talked about it on Friday. Is it Joy Select or something? There's a there's this company doing it next year, so Mask is back. Well, I mean, I loved Mask, and I collect I'm no Luke Reynolds. I collect one or two when I see it, you know. But that's a line I'd definitely like to get back into.
But what do you mean, Brad? Do you mean like the same size as He-Man figures, like 5.5 inch instead of the small Mask figures? Make a Mask size.
I'm just saying the kind of same.
There you go, loyal subjects. That's who's speaking, Brian.
Doesn't have to be a big change. Just kind of do what they did before and make little advancements.
Sometimes it just puts off, though, doesn't it? If you make something and it's not, it's like low subject. So thank you, Luke. They're making them next year, and if they come out and they're not the same, well, I don't know. Would it put you off? I don't think it would. I think it'd just be nice to collect something else, but price-wise and all that sort of stuff, it depends on what it looks like, doesn't it? So. Question for Brian: what popcorn would you like to be made? Popcorn, but he loves his popcorn buckets.
What movies are coming out? I suppose Fantastic Four or Fantastic Four. There you go.
Are you looking forward to that?
Yes.
Do you have an issue with that Silver Surfer being a woman?
No,
I don't have an issue with it. It don't really bother
me. When you're
a
comic book reader and you've read comics your entire life, you're very open to diverse parts and people taking over. It doesn't bother you in the slightest.
It's a naked alien, like so.
Yeah.
They are cool, those G-Force. They are really, really cool. Yeah. Jason Hayes, you see him? Anyway, go on, Brian.
I don't think. Oh, sorry. I don't think it's actually Norrin Rad that she's playing like either. It's a different Silver Surfer.
Right.
Yeah, because apparently she's in it as well, isn't she? No,
Shalabal or something like that.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
So it's good to see Chris Moore in it, really is. So I watched all the Sandown videos. I've still got one or two to watch, but I tell you what, I watched VTRs and it's funny because it's 80s for us. It's 80s that the primarily. But then you watch VTR's video and you see. I noticed it the last time I went to Sandown, but I really noticed it this year. All the 60s, 70s toys. It's like. It's weird, do you know what I mean? Like there's so many of them, and they all look mint condition, and they're all this and they're all that. Do you know what I mean? All boxed and stuff. So I just find that sort of stuff. So if I'd like them now. If they started to do another toy line, to do something from the 70s, like a Bionic Man or a Planet of the Apes or something, like that sort of thing, and bring that back.
Yeah, like a string of figures from like Dukes of Hazzard or Wonder Woman or that sort of show, that sort of.
Yeah, definitely. I would like a 6-inch line of movie Western here. I'd love that. I would love that. That would be. Or James Bond is 6-inch. We've said that on CSR thousands of times, haven't we? But James Bond would be awesome to do too, or based on the Palatoy versions. Awesome. Well, anyway, Brian, we've come to that time, Brian. We've come to that time. So I just want to be informed right now. Everyone, be prepared because this might be something that we've never ever seen before. But this is Simon's Magic of the Mind. All right. Right, well, here we go, Brian.
I don't know why you're laughing. This is
If this is shit, mate, after us building it up all week. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, right.
It's good magic.
Right, here we go.
This is a cigarette. My hands. Two of
Right.
them.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this cigarette disappear after 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Magic. Magic.
You gotta kill me off. I don't believe. That was it. Oh week, right? Well, it is magic. I suppose you did make it. You did make it disappear. So I suppose you're all right.
Where did it go?
Oh, Brian, what do you think?
Lost for words.
That's lost for words. I can't believe it.
That's okay.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. 3.75 Bond to be brilliant. Palatoy did the little big man, which was about 8 AM scaled, about 8 inch. Well, I can't read that. 8-inch scaled down. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Can't wait for this. Well, here we go. I can't wait for some of these comments now. I can see Grow Man lining up for 6 inch of Pussy Glow from 007. Yeah, that's true. I was double impressed with his trick last week. Well, yeah.
Thank you, G-Force. Next week's trick is levitation.
Levitation. Right. Here we go. Jonathan says. Adam says.
Thank you, Adam. Amazing.
Chris says. Well, actually.
Thanks, Chris.
Actually, see, where's looking coxy just laughing his bollocks off like, oh my word. Sleight of the hand size, like magic of the mind. Usual man. So thinks we're all 5 years old.
That was magic, Mr. B. Magic.
Mr. B sat at home going, what the France? What is going on?
Oh, geez.
Si has real magic powers. Let's see.
Yeah, that's right, Chris.
Oh,
That's
it's
true.
so bad, it's good. Shazam!
Shazam!
Paul Daniels is spinning in his grave. Excellent sign.
That's where the cigarette's going.
Gap. I waited all week for that. You know what I mean?
Did you want Gap a cape and stuff?
Can you imagine his family? Oh, we've got to go out. There's an emergency. No, I can't. What, a Miss Magic of the Mind? Are you crazy? Do you know what I mean? It's no Empire State Building, but it'll do, Si.
Yeah, thanks.
Brilliant. You need to reveal the secret. No, yeah, Wally.
A magician never reveals his secrets.
Breaking news. A cigarette has been found. Oh, brilliant. That's how people come back as a slug sign. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Irie says, it'll be John's in for that fag behind the counter. Oh, do it again, Si. Si, do you want to do it again?
We'd like to see it one more time.
Hang on. Let's just build you up. Right, so let's get him big.
I can't find it. Fuck, I can't find it.
Oh, brilliant.
I'll do it next time. Anyway, it's not done somewhere on the table, isn't it?
He's thrown it
To be
into
fair, illusion works best only once.
You
To be
watch out.
fair.
This week I'll be reaching out to people. Do you want to do Tub Thumpers? You having a laugh? Oh, absolutely brilliant. He made a fag disappear. Look at that. You did. No.
Oh,
Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
God.
We're up for
Between
the
Price
YouTube
and-
Awards 2025.
So what are you doing next? So what we had so far, you made a cigarette disappear, which was impressive size. Well, Chris thought it was impressive. Nobody else.
Oh no, I will tell you
Yeah.
all. When
Yeah.
this stream goes over, you just go back to that magic and you will
Yeah.
see that cigarette disappear.
Well, yeah, we saw it disappear. We didn't know where it went. So yeah.
Exactly. You go back and watch it all the times you want. It's gone.
Next week on Magic of the Mind, Sideplay's got your nose. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. There's a ghost dinosaur smoking a cigarette. Oh, twice you really? No, apparently you can't do it twice. You can't do it. You know what I mean? So
He's having performance
I
issues.
can find it.
I know,
I
Bri.
can't find it.
Rumor has it that the Magic Circle has now hired a lawyer. I thought the cover thumbnail was to give Si his time to root behind the sofa. Yeah, that's what you should have done, Si. Do you know what I mean? You should have taken your. Look at that. Yes. So that's why you can't find it, Si. He's right.
There you go.
It
Oh.
worked too well.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant, Si. Brilliant. You can't find it because it's disappeared. See, everyone can't believe your magic is real, Si. You can't believe it. Let's have a look. He didn't look for it on Mars.
That was a funny one.
Si, that's an emergency fag behind your chair when you need it later. Oh, I remember where it is. You know what I mean? Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. So, Bri, what have you got coming up, Bri? Anything?
Tomorrow we are at 12 midnight. My review of the Hulkbuster Marvel Legends figure has gone up,
Cool.
and
Ooh.
Friday then we will have the Culture Cast.
What time's Cultcast? After CSR?
10 p.m. GMT or 10:15 p.m. GMT.
Awesome. So watch
I'll be
CSR,
there.
then straight to Bri's watch Culturecast. Perfect. So what we got coming up, we've got ZSR's coming up on Friday, and then we've got the Batman stream tomorrow, haven't we, Si? So that'd be good, the Batman
nice.
stream. So if you can,
Batman
everyone make it.
stream tomorrow, and then we've got another great guest as well next Wednesday on the Tub Thumpers. So I'm looking forward to that one
Yeah,
as
we
well.
have. Yeah, we have got a good guest next week, so that'll be awesome. But this week's guest was awesome. If you haven't subbed to Bri, like I say, sub to Bri. You'll like our Bri. He's awesome. But anyway, we're done for another Tub Thumpers. We'll see you all next week. Say goodnight, lads.
See you
Good night,
later,
lads.
guys.
See ya.